Digitated.
What just
Yes,
happened?
yes. Okay, cool. Awesome. Oh no, my 2 times a coupon expired. Oh
I can't
no.
believe them violet cubes, guys. Violet
Well,
cubes.
yeah, I have white cubes though. Like those white cubes, man.
Well,
Let's put it this way: it's like getting a black cube for your bonus potential. It's pretty nice. Hello, hello, hello.
hello, guys. How are we doing today?
I am doing good this evening.
I'm black, so I'm doing great.
Damn, I love pumpkins.
You mean, oh, see, what happened was James and the Giant Peach had a sale, and I bought it. I just bought the whole thing, and look at it. It looks beautiful. Got a little bit of shade, needs a little work.
Whoops, I forgot to unmute my mic again. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not used to doing
Wow.
this. Welcome to the podcast. We have Rashad and Fishy Dragon here.
Hello, hello.
We're gonna have to do this again because Jason done fucked up.
Oh, but we're digging the James and the Giant Peach esque room there.
Hey man, I love it in here. It's beautiful.
Oh, it's
Floats on the
fantastic.
water like a boot.
So we're gonna start out the GRAZED Podcast Ep2 talking about Miracle Time because I think it's the most burning thing going on right now.
Miracle time.
For those of you that don't know, Miracle Time is a chance for you to get double tier up chances using red, black, bonus, and violet cubes. All white cubes too now. They've added that. What that means is if you use those cubes, there's a higher chance for you to go 1 or even 2 steps higher. What's up, Arc V? Everything's out of sync, at least Rob's cam. That's probably on Rob's side.
Hey, there's nothing I can do about this, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If I
I'm
if
gonna
I
tell
break
you right
through,
now what I think it is. I believe it's probably curse, and the fact that this just came out, so it's probably still needs some bugs ironed
Yeah,
out with it.
it's probably, but we'll just deal with it and move forward with it.
Right? Yeah, we got this, fam. We got this.
Yeah. You work with what you got until it gets better, right?
Right?
Like Maple Story.
Right? You
so
know.
they have these adventure cube packs coming out, and I think I'm going to buy one.
Yeah, those look pretty fantastic, and they come with red and or black cubes. It's really kind of difficult
More
to read through
bonus
that.
cubes,
Bonus cubes, philosopher books,
violet cubes.
violet cubes.
It's basically a smorgasbord of cubing goodness.
Well, it says there's also I heard there's a chance that you can get a percent neb as well.
Hmm.
Ooh.
So like
All
it's one of the
steps ahead.
best packs they've ever come out with. When everybody's
Hmm.
broke now.
You know what would be a little added bonus if they really wanted to make their money? A 50% legendary scroll. Because I already know it's going to be pretty much up there, up there. It's going to be at least 50K, if not more. So it's instead of the adventurers pack, it's the big Cuban ballers pack. Those are like 60 cubes, 5 philosopher books, and a bunch of other stuff to get your jimmies rustled.
Yeah, seriously though, 60 cubes is a lot of cubes.
It really
Yeah,
is, and it's not bad at all.
cubes. I like cubes if I can calculate them and they're cheaper than they actually are.
Yeah, if they're
I
on
do do
sale
that.
with the 60 cube pack,
Hmm.
I mean, it really interests me, but I don't know. I mean, I have cubes from Marvel still, so, but I'd like to buy it.
Same.
I don't know. We'll see. But the
I
Philosopher
probably
books
will.
interest me because you could get a Frenzy Totem from the Philosopher book, too.
Don't tempt me again. We're not going through what happened last
The
time. I bought
Philosopher books also give you
books.
Frenzy Totems.
Stop
The
it.
philosophers give you friends. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's gonna
Is
be like a few years ago with me. It's gonna be like, oh, $1,200 later, no frenzy tome. Why did I do this to myself again?
You should do it because you need cubes. It's not a
Oh
bad
my
pack. Like,
God!
depending
No
on the
joke.
price, I think it's one of the best packs they've ever come out with because it
Yeah,
includes
it is.
regular cubes, bonus cubes, violet cubes.
Them violet cubes, so whew, that's right there. That's where you're
The
gonna have
one
to take out a
thing
second mortgage right there, because
thing about violet cubes I will add though, you can't keep your old potentials. So there's a risk involved, but there can be a greater reward.
The
It's the
risk
only
is
problem
so
with them.
small compared to what you get out of it.
Well, what if you like say roll 6 lines and they're all max MP? That's what you got to think about. You
I
gotta
don't
think
think
about
that
it
that's
from
one
our
of the
perspective.
options in there.
I don't know either. Like I haven't really messed around with violet
but
cubes all that much.
I'll be honest with you. I really think that you're gonna get a lot out of your money for that. I think you're still getting a lot out of there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'll
Don't
definitely
get
get your
me
money's worth.
wrong. Don't get me wrong on this. It's well worth it. But for instance, with the violet cubes, if you go into a little more thought, you're just like, say if you have 21% of a stat and you want to do it and use a violet cube, and then you don't get the stats that you want. It's just more of a back burner thought,
Right.
as opposed to like the then and there now.
Now the better part would be if you can get the violet cubes and then they don't expire.
Oh yeah.
Should have cubes that don't expire. That would be a nice touch. Say if
I
you don't
mean,
want to keep something immediately and you want to save it.
or give it, if you're gonna do an expiration, do the same expiration as you would for Marvel time.
Oh,
I
that'd
mean,
be
that's where
crazy.
2 years for cubes? No, that's not a bad idea at all.
Then you
I
could
think that's actually a
stockpile
pretty good
cubes, and then
idea.
you can finally be
Yeah.
like, oh, I got all these
Like next,
cubes.
like for instance, Nexon still makes money regardless. They make billions of dollars. We all know this. Like they're not going to be short money anytime soon if they, listen to the players a little more. Be like, oh, you
Yeah,
can
but the
save
thing is,
cubes
though, if you could
for.
stockpile cubes, then it might result in some less than normal means of them making money. Like, let's say you stockpiled cubes and then you sold the account, and then
Yeah,
now
but then you'd be risking things doing that in general. Like if I stockpiled like 900 cubes or something, I wouldn't sell my account. Hell no. But I get what you're saying. Like the average Joe's just like, yeah, I can make some money off of the stockpiles, like $1,000 worth of cubes, and then goes and sells the account. So I know where you're coming from on that one.
yeah, and then you can also go the same route as they need to show profits every month kind of situation, as a company.
Yeah, they're a company, and companies like seeing profits, but I think companies also like seeing more of a player base come back, which then enables even more profits because more
I
people
think they're
want to
doing
be
pretty
part of
good
it.
about increasing the player base with the V patch, but
I still don't think they should have done with the Black Friday thing. I know it's an earlier event, but I really wish they would have done more for that.
yeah, it seemed lackluster this year.
I'm telling you right now, what seemed lackluster this year was the Marvel time. A lot of players did not get diddly squat out of those Marvel times. I'm hearing so
I'm
many
going to
people just
actually agree with that. I
like
am
so many,
going to agree with that.
I
so
got a
many
lot of
people I've
EXP
heard.
coupons.
Yeah, I heard now, and I think that's kind of silly that they gave something like that to players when they didn't really have to. Because what was the real big point of doing that to me, is that you're giving something away that you would have gave away for free anyway.
Yeah.
Mm. But sometimes, like for instance, the 3x coupons and whatnot, they normally never do anything with those sales or otherwise. So I can see, having 3x drop or 3x EXP. But the 2x EXP and whatnot, it's just kind of overdone. It's like, yeah, cool EXP. I didn't spend $250 to get a bunch of EXP coupons. I could have spent that money and just bought EXP coupons.
Right.
Yeah,
I didn't need
exactly.
to put money into Marvel to get EXP and drop coupons. Getting a drop coupon is like getting kicked in the nuts. It hurts.
Well,
It hurts
mean,
so
to be
much.
fair, that was a bigger thing in the past where if you got a drop coupon, you're like, but now with all the node stones and stuff,
Yeah, it's true. Like
want the
now
drop
things
rate.
actually have a use.
Okay, so node stones. I know. I'm glad you brought that up. So, okay, does everyone feel that node stones are based off drop rate?
It
Because
is based
Yes.
off of drop
Yes.
rate,
okay,
and in the Beyond
Highly,
patch,
yes.
And in the Beyond patch, when Kobe and them, because I watch Kobe, shout out to Kobe, they're supposed to be increasing the drop rate of the node stones because it's an astronomically low rate. Sometimes it's high, depending, like say me and Jason go together, we usually get about a 10 or something every hour or 2
together,
hours
yeah,
or
we
something.
got to combine node stuff 10.
But if you're just like Rashad's saying, if you're just like an average Joe with like 0% drop rate and whatnot, it's going to take a lot of time. And sometimes, people who have work, or especially people who work overnights and their sleep schedule isn't proper with this whole UTC time zone change, it's pretty detrimental,
Oh,
including their dailies. You need those dailies to do Vanishing Journey in
That's
order to
true.
get the symbol.
But it's
And that's
nice that
another
they
thing
gave you
too.
that option instead of having to get a dropping the arcane symbols and then be like dead in the water.
However, that's going to be the only way for Lashland when it comes out, is drops. And that's just going to be the roughest part of it. At least with Choo Choo Island and whatnot coming out on the 28th or 29th, whenever they decide to actually release it, that symbol will be the easiest to get because you can do the Hungry Moodle party quest. You can get them from mobs. There's more ways. With Vanishing Journey, they don't have a party quest there enabled yet that I know of.
No, I don't think they're putting a party quest in Vanishing Journey. I think they're leaving that how it is, and then Choo Choo Island's gonna have the party quest, which is nice because it's actually bringing back that party play, that aspect. When we all first started out and we were at the Kernian City in the sewers doing that party quest.
Dodging summoning sacks.
Yeah, like I think that's gonna be really neat that they're bringing that aspect to the game again.
Yes, I agree on that. Moving along, our jobs. You want to explain your ups and downs with your job and whatnot first? Well,
So the battle mage, it's been pretty stoked or stacked. I've been stoked.
I've been stoked. My skills stacked.
Stoke like Stoke City.
But I'll go over my main skill and I'll go over my secondary skill. The Aura Scythe, I feel like it has a slower attack speed than my final finishing blow that I normally use. But it does give me a 15% PDR and crit rate increase, and it has a higher damage than my base attack. It doesn't require nearly enough mana for it to be like it's taking so much mana to use this skill. But it definitely, I see a huge damage increase when I'm using it. The problem is, like I said, the attack speed. I have yellow aura on, so that gives me 3 speed steps right away, and then I have all the other auras because they're all active at once, which is nice. I finally get to have all the auras. So it's good for party, and it's good for myself at the same time, because now everyone gets all the effects of the auras, and I don't have to worry about toggling during my 5th job skill. And then we go into the other one, which is the mana overload, which is actually amazing. It gives me, what is it? Can be toggled on off, and increases my final damage of all my skills except for summons by 8%. So the final damage of all my attacks is increased by 8%, which is a new value that I don't understand the final value, or final damage. But when I turn it on, I can see the damage increase. But I can also see the mana taking. It takes like so much mana just to use like one attack. So it's really difficult to use in situations where you can't potion on a boss or something. Like you have to use a familiar, or you have to use some other mechanic to get the mana back. And I can't do it in dojo unless I know I'm not gonna be able to complete it in time, so I need to use up all my mana really quickly. So otherwise I think that they did a great job with the battle mage, and I don't have a problem with what they did to it.
Excellent. So to you, is, for example, with mana overload, is the payoff worth it?
Yes, but
Okay.
it goes with the same idea that a battle mage is not supposed to be consistent heavy damage all the time DPS class. It's supposed to be burst damage in waves, where it's you hit it hard and then you got like this timeout where you're still doing some damage, but it's not like wow overpowered damage.
Yeah, but compared to me in the past few days we've been training, I don't believe the whole burst damage. It's just like, no, I just do consistent 20 mils all day. Every day.
I have very high range for my class, Rob. You gotta remember that.
I know, but still.
But the mana overload is giving me more damage, and I actually had to go out and get the mana potion for my pet, so it could keep refilling my mana for me because I never had to do that in the past. And it's like, oh well, I attack for a minute, all my mana's gone.
Well, fifth job, I never knew what to expect. So
Yeah, but it is nice to have
or
that flexibility too.
it is. It is. Rashad, you want to explain your cannoneer, how that goes, your ups and downs?
I mean, yes. So anyway, the best class in the entire game,
Oh, okay.
I
by
thought that was
far.
Buccaneer because of Super Saiyan.
I mean, that too. That makes so for Cannoneer, as you already know, Bullet Bill is an exceptionally good tool to have. One, because Bullet Bill just does a crap ton of damage very, very quickly and can be done over and over.
To
Um,
be exact, 465% of your damage.
right.
That's a lot.
And and the factor that it does it with 15 lines every time it hits. And so you say 15 lines at 400 something six damage, and it's just continuously going on with because it works with buckshot. Now, even with buckshot being 40% of your damage being reduced, um, it hurts it a little bit. Yeah, it actually does take away. But what you're losing in damage, you're gaining in attack speed. And I think that's one of the greatest things about it because, like, I was just as you guys know, I don't know if somebody's actually been watching me play, face Czak. You know, I
Yeah,
couldn't do
yeah,
it
oh yeah.
earlier. But when you see me do Czak, you just see numbers. You don't even see Jason here. Didn't even see me. He saw numbers, just nothing
Yeah.
but numbers.
The whole screen
Covers
was
up
full of numbers. There is no no boss, no character, it's just damage.
and that in itself is absolutely beautiful. Now, the downside of using this skill is like mobile character. Say, like if you play Magnus, Hilla, any of those characters, and if you don't have Bullet Bill to where it's actually firing at a specific point, it actually will just be pretty much a waste of a shot, and you only get four shots.
Yeah,
Well,
but you
technically you
can
get
do one
three,
every
and you
15 seconds is when it comes back up, and then you can fire every 3 seconds.
right. But the thing of it is, though, like I said, is that you still have to wait, and by that time, you're still going to have. And if you don't have any rockets ready, you can just fire them in simultaneous like use. Like I wish you could, that'd be awesome, but you can't. So, like I said, a mobile character makes it very hard to kind of hit if you can't keep him still. Like Czak stays in one spot. Horntail stays in one spot, but people like Hilla and them don't. So you have to plan accordingly. Like doing Gallix, for instance, is even stays in one spot if you don't get hit by the hands. Now, what I did find out is that when you're doing CZAT or when you're doing a character, let's say you have to put up Bullet Bill, of course, if you die, the damage stops. You don't get any more damage from the Bullet Bill and it's wasted. So I mean that automatically is going to happen. And I'm pretty happy about it. You know, I love the factor that that damage comes in. Now, the one thing I will say, and also a great thing about Bullet Bill as well, is that it's a good mob killer. Because I mean, it can, yes, it's slow, but it can do pretty
You can
much
basically take over a map just by
map,
putting the three down. You're like, oh, okay.
and then just jump to the other side, and then just do three on the other side. I mean, you can literally do that. So it's a map clear. It's not fast, but it will clear your maps. And what I did was, is I actually shot a Bullet Bill, and I just stood behind it and picked up stuff while Bullet Bill was killing everything because it reaches pretty far. You say about two-thirds. If you go to Gold Beach and you do the octopuses on map
That
there,
last map there, okay.
you say about two-thirds of the map it covers. Once then it actually disappears. You'll have to actually um, put in the time to do more shots. You actually have to fire again from that point on, and it's actually not too bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
And so, with that being said, you know, I love the class. I really do. I think Cannoneer is still pretty good. One thing I will say though, for those who are just getting into a Cannoneer, if you decide to, it's definitely a helper, but it's still not some of the greatest things until you have a bind. Because if you had a bind, and you could keep in it, and nothing could attack you back. Oh man, 4 bullet bills destroys.
You know, there's a
Uh,
node for binding, right?
yeah,
Yes,
there
there
is.
is.
There is.
Ironically,
So
I got it last night when I was doing my dailies.
but I think that bind just really would put a lot of perspective. Oh, Infernal Den. If you want to show off in front of somebody else, go to an Infernal Den with somebody else, put a bullet bill right there, and just completely start nuking at it. I don't think I've ever had a time where I've done poorly at it.
I do, but that's just me. Moving along though, my bowmaster. I think with fifth job, I got some redeeming qualities with storm of arrows and guided arrow. But guided arrow, I think, is the general archer skill. Storm of arrows, that is mine. But I do like the fact that whenever I attack, it always procs my storm of arrows because I'm attacking so fastly. But if I use my guided arrow, it works even better because Jason's seen it firsthand. My guided arrow will bounce all over the map for
And
some
it
weird
basically
reason.
makes it so that whenever your guided arrow goes off, your storm arrows goes off.
It's a very fun combination. I think bowmasters have a little bit now of a redeeming quality because of that. Because now it's just not like, oh, using arrow stream, using arrow stream, using arrow stream. I know this because I'm playing in Luna right now on a bowmaster that isn't funded at all, that doesn't have half of the equipment that I have, and does not have the survivability. It's not fun, but
You're still
when
doing
you
pretty decent over there, I gotta say.
I know, but it's with bowmasters, you always want to strive to get better. You can't just like sit on one set platform. What I mean by that is one set, oh, there's my goal, I'm done because I've done that. And no, you can't do that. You always have to like push yourself a little higher, a little higher, a little higher. Just keep raising the bar comfortably, I will add. Don't be like me, be like, oh, well, since Kobe and them all told me now I gotta, fix up my gear and whatnot, I should just completely reset all my gear. No, because that would completely destroy my range.
Yeah, you have to work. If
So,
you're gonna redo your gear, you gotta do it one piece at a time because you're just gonna lose
yeah,
all you had on it before.
yeah.
You either reset what you have or you get another set and work on that until you're done.
Pretty much. That's one of the main points of Maple Story is that you always got to be working on something to get better. But with Bowmasters, I think just fifth job ended up making them a much better class to play. It's more fun. Beforehand, when I was 200 plus, I was like, oh, doing whatever. I didn't even want to boss half of the time because my skills were so lackluster. For instance, my Arrow Blaster doesn't want to proc half of the time when I
Yeah, it's
cast.
broken. You try to put down that platter too, and it's like,
Yeah, I try to do that. Like, for instance, when we did Helix, I was trying to do that so those other little mobs at the bottom wouldn't get hit, and it took me like 10 or 12 tries. It was ridiculous.
now I don't know if
But
that's with your computer though. That could be something on your side as well.
it could be a multitude of reasons. But Bowmasters are fun at fifth job. Still not going to say I like Marksman though, but their one skill is pretty cool. That one skill, right? That one skill where they go into like the snipe mode, that is a pretty cool skill. I've seen that done in other games and it works. But it's because I'm a bowmaster and marksmans will always be forever my rivals.
Apparently, it's not only on your side; it's a bug that they know of.
Okay. So yeah, it's just like a delaying cast. I think that's just basically it. It's just a delaying cast. But from there, what time is it right now? Oh, we got a few more minutes, so you got to go,
Yeah, we
Jason.
still got some more minutes. It's fine.
You want to cap on next?
Let's touch on the spell trace fever for those of you guys that don't know. It's coinciding with the 2x, but it's only for the first 2 hours of each 2x session. If you guys don't know what spell trace fever is, it's a good way for you to make money if you're poor and want to sell spell traces. It's a good way to upgrade your gear if you don't have upgraded gear yet. And it basically gives you a success rate for 70% scrolls up to 95. It gives you 30% scrolls to 45% success rate, and then 15s up to 25% success rate. So it's really a time that you can sell clean slates, innocent scrolls, and spell traces to make profit. But you don't want to buy them now. You should be buying them a couple days before or a week before or something. You know, buying them now, you're gonna have like inflated prices, and then buying them tomorrow, the day of, even worse. That's like going to the to go buy a turkey on Thanksgiving or the day before Thanksgiving, and they're like marked up heavily or something. Same situation. But there's ballers out there that will pay that extra price. They're like, oh, well, I need to get this done, or I need to do this. Yeah, a lot of spell traces. A lot of spell traces. I think that's an important thing to talk about. I mean,
And don't forget, guys, I don't know if it has been a thing, but everyone should know to get your beast tamers and your zeros. Um, if you've never played a zero, I recommend both, or I recommend both beast tamers and zeros because one, beast tamers I think are a lot of fun. They got a lot of versatility, especially with all the modes you can have. I think the biggest thing is that if you are lazy and you want to help out somebody, but you don't want to actually have to keep joining the party to give them a HS, just do a beast tamer and they'll get all the buffs anyway and be done with it. Or and another thing about, and of course we want to do your character cards and stuff, especially with fifth jobs coming out. You want to definitely get that zero up there so you can get that character card, get a little bit of extra damage out there.
both character cards and link skills for these classes are amazing.
Yes.
You get crit rate, PDR, you get boss damage, I think, in one of them. You get experience off the zero card. It's an amazing thing to get, and you should do it before they cut them off again, which will be on the 27th. You know,
Beast Tamers is critical rate, boss damage, HPMP. Zero's character card is 10% EXP when you get a 0 to level 200 for your entire account, as long as the character card is placed in the character card slot.
And guys, even if you don't want to play the characters right now, just make the character, put it on pause, like like you do my mixtape, and just let him sit there, and then when you get around to it, you just get around to it. But
yeah, because you won't be able to make it after this event.
And that's a big thing too, because there's so many people that are going to probably sit there and say, "Oh my God, oh, is it too late to make one?" Yes, it's too late to make one. And it's like, man, I should have just made one earlier. And it's like, yeah. So go ahead if you haven't done it, make the characters, put them in the side, and then yeah.
If you need to delete a link skill character just to put the slot in, I do recommend it if you have like your lowest or something, because you do want these character cards and or link skills.
Let's put it this way. They don't come out that often. So just sack your Kaiser and sack your Mercedes if you didn't burn it, and just make a 0 and a beast tamer. Thing about 0 is you have to have a level 100 character in order to make a 0, because they begin at level 100.
Yeah. You have to be level 100. That's right.
It would be kind of broken if you could get a character to level 50 and be like, oh, here's a free level 100 0. You're just like, what? Logic, please? No? Okay. Broken.
And if you haven't completed it already, you should get your V tracker completed, or at least the ones that are going to give you the nice things. Like, let's say your level 200 character for the V tracker. That's 30 node stones right there. And I think they're all tradable too, if I remember correctly. So that's free money right there if you just get your character 200. I mean, that's if you don't care about using the nodes on it. And then the title itself, if you complete it all, which I think right now, if you wanted to, you could do it, but you wouldn't get any sleep. It's all stats 10, HP 500, weapon magic 5, and 10% PDR. This is the title. It goes above your head. I think it's second best to the dojo, and then the best in slot is the Holy Pink Beanity. But the dojo one's only if you're first in your class too. Is what I'm referring to. And then the breakthrough, for those of you who don't know, breakthrough is a way for you to get 20,000 Maple Reward points Maple Points, not Maple Points. It starts at 140, and then each 10 levels, you clear one monster park, and they each gives you a breakthrough potion, which gives you one free level, and it also gives you expansion coupons and gives you cubes. And you need to do this before the 27th. Again, it's ending on the 27th, so get it done. Level up to 200. Do your breakthrough. Breakthrough can only be done, and V-Checker can only be done on new created characters during the event. So, good luck on that.
Yes.
Rob, you want to touch on the UI real quick?
Oh, yes. The Play V Rewards event UI. Basically, that has been extended until January the 3rd, or is it 3rd or 4th? But they extended it because when the event first came out, along with when the V patch first came out, there were a lot of bugs. Ended up putting the game down for how many hours was it?
It was almost an entire day, I think.
Basically. But what you do for the UI reward event is the following. You go to the star icon. There'll be a female with blonde hair and a face. You click on her face. She'll say open the Play V Rewards event UI. You click on that. And then there will be 4 different quests you can do. The first one is activating 2 ruins. The second one is clearing a yellow bounty hunter's portal for Polo or Frito. The third one is killing an elite boss. And the fourth one is doing the Infernal Den, which is the red portal. You have to do each one of these in order.
No, you can do them out of order.
Oh, what I mean is actually collecting them in order.
Yeah, you have to collect each one in order.
Said.
Yeah.
You can do them all out of whack. Like, say, you could do your Inferno portal first, and then you get a bounty portal, and then, say, an elite spawn bosses, and then you have your 2 ruins. But in order to progress through them, you have to collect them in order. So the yellow box, 30 minutes first, then the blue, then the brown, then the black. As you progress through this and collecting these boxes, there's another little window at the bottom of the Play V Rewards login reward window. They'll say boxes received today and until next reward. There's certain milestones you have to reach. So it'll be 12, 28, 60, and 96. 12 is a royal hair coupon. 28 is the little neon wings that allow high altitude flight and skill and some golden apples. 60 is 10,000 reward points and a red cube 6-pack. And the main one you wanted to get is the Play V Rewards Tier 4 box, which contains a 12-star unique Absolab weapon, which has been scrolled, spell trace with 70% scrolls.
And it's pretty awesome to have, especially on like a unfunded character or maybe like a second main.
Yep.
I don't recommend it for your main unless you're really hard up for your weapon.
Yes. But there is going to be a second season of this. So if you didn't get it this season, there's always next season, which will be January 4th.
Yeah, so it starts on January 4th?
Yeah.
The day after this one ends?
The 3rd is when this one ends.
Okay.
Which is, I'm just glad they gave us an extension on. They should have given us an extension on all the events, but.
Well, you get what you get, right? And then with that, though, for spawning runes, it has to be within level range now. They changed that. You can only spawn 1 rune per map every 15 minutes. So if you change channels, you're going to spawn a rune faster in different channels than in the same channel. And then for the Inferno portal and for the Bounty Hunter portals, it's about killing mobs. It's a random number. These are all theory. This is a theory, but it's been pretty concretely proven. The more mobs you kill, the higher likelihood you're going to get a portal. If you don't kill any mobs, you're not going to get a portal. Even if your party members kill it, you won't get the chance for the portal. It's you killing mobs. So it becomes more difficult the higher level you are and the less range you have. And then the elite boss is elite boss. You know, you find an elite boss. People are smegging with the free smegas from the UI event looking for elite bosses to do the more UI. It's pretty funny. It's like feeding itself. And then I want to say rip Snowflake Ring.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Snowflake Ring. It would have been nice to have that.
They might be coming back out with it. They just took it out of the shop. I don't know whether they're fixing it or not.
Well, I mean, I feel it's like unevenly scaled because some people got it and some people didn't, and now they get the
Yeah,
benefit from it and no one else does. And that was due to a bug, not because it
yeah, it
wasn't.
seems kind of
Yeah.
not like I didn't try to buy it 4 or 5 times.
I put a ticket in. They're like, "Well, we can't give you a straight answer." Oh, okay, thanks.
Hmm.
And then a hot tip, everyone: if you don't have your greed pendant already, you should use it inside the 5th job area for Vanishing Journey. It increases the rate of the arcane stones dropping on top of your other drop rate gear. And if
Oh
you're gonna
wait,
be
no, it
cubing
doesn't.
anything and you don't have anything to cube, you do it on your greed pendant. Make your greed pendant up to legendary and get drop rate on the greed pendant. That way it has 20% drop for the arcane stones, which is an equipment, and then 20% more drop rate for the node stones itself. So I think that's a really good pendant to have all around because you can use it for any other boss or something too. Because greed pendants are amazing. Did you want to go over Monster Park real quick, Rob?
Okay, so the new Monster Park. I'm pretty sure most people know how the old Monster Park and Monster Park Extreme ran. Now there's the Monster Park Reborn, which is just basically a Monster Park revamp. Do it 2 times a day for free, and you can also do it another 5 times if you buy a Monster Park Reborn ticket with either NX or reward points or Maple points. But each day you do it, you'll get different rewards. So Monday is a creation box,
What's
which
in the
will
creation
give
box?
you. Give me 1 second. You get a random crafting item, or you can get there's different badges for each day too, and you can collect 7 badges to make a super badge or something like that.
Do you know what the
So
super
Monday's a
super badge
creation.
stats are?
Give me 1 second. Monday is a creation box, which just gives you random crafting item. Tuesday is the enhancement box, which you can get a bunch of other items like spell traces, Chaos Scrolls of Goodness, Icogs, a Golden Hammer, Master Craftsman Cube, Meister Cube, Unique Potential 100% Scroll, and a badge. It's trait boxes, so you can get trade items. Also, a trait boost potion.
Oh, really? You
Um,
can get an actual trait boost potion?
from the Wednesday box.
That's pretty decent.
Thursday is the honor reward box, so you can get honor exp, a miracle circulator, or a badge. Friday is the gold box, which you can get either mesos, you can get a wealth acquisition potion, a 2 times drop coupon, or a badge. Saturday is the festive box, which you can get any reward from any other day of the week.
Okay. Isn't Sunday the best one you want to go for though? Oh, we lost Rob.
Rip, bro. Well, another thing is, if you guys ever get a chance, I want somebody to test a theory for me. So, you get 2 entries a day for Monster Park. So, if you decide to get in there, um, I suggest go in there and get your 2. I don't know if this is possible or not. So, I got an entry ticket. And although I thought the entry ticket was like a 1 day pass, I said, okay, because I only needed 5 more points or 5 more coins to get my greed pendant. Well, when I went in there to do my extra run, the ticket didn't disappear from my inventory. So I went back in 10 more times and it still didn't disappear.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
So I've been talking, and Jason said, no, 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 it's supposed to have been gone by now. And told him, yeah, I went in, and I just went in just for the fun of it. I didn't even care. And the funny thing is, the ticket is still in my inventory. It's still in my inventory, and it says it's still good until July or January 4th of 2017. So I don't know what that's about, but if you guys ever find that out, let me know. And or maybe you guys maybe already know, because maybe does it mean that the tickets just you can go as many times as you want as long as you pay for the ticket?
I
Because
think
for
it might be
300,
bugged, to be honest with you.
it might be. And if that's the case, and you want to get a Greed pendant, and you need 300 KNX, just 300, so you say that's practically pennies worth. Yeah, and
Oh yeah, we lost Rob. I
yeah,
was trying to add him back in, but
I think that's going to be one of the bigger things to really look out for, is definitely getting that drop rate for your stuff.
And I'm back. Anyways.
yeah, no, and so we were talking about the bug with the Monster Park. I recommend people utilize it.
There's a bug?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was just telling Jason here, and I was telling the rest of the guys here, is that the big thing that I'm noticing is that I had got a entry ticket for Monster Park Extreme.
Did you buy
Or
it with
Monster
reward
Park.
points or with NX?
I bought it with an X. Because it was only 300 in X. I had that just lying around. So I was like, well, whatever. And I bought the ticket. I thought the ticket was supposed to disappear after one use, but I went in 10 more times in Monster Park, and that was already after I used up my 2 free times.
I'm looking in the cash shop right now. It says available for 14 days. As soon as you buy it. So does it last for 14 days and then unlimited Monster Park entries?
I mean, it may be. And and even if you do, let's say you do go over your 2 free times or whatever, every time you complete it, you still get one of those packages.
Well,
So
you're supposed to get one.
Right. What you would think after, if that's the case, and they did, because on there it says 14 days entry. It doesn't say one-time entry into Monster Park.
Yeah, all the ticket says is use this ticket to gain additional entry to Monster Park dungeons. It doesn't say anything like you can only use it once.
So that could be a thing.
Is yours still in your inventory?
Yes, it is. Right here, Monster Park additional entry ticket. Use this ticket to gain additional entry to Monster Park dungeons.
Does it have an expiration date on it?
Yes, January 4th. Or yeah, January 4th, 2017.
Wow. Well, so Jen, have you ever bought it with NX though? Because there's a reward point one and there's an NX one. Maybe the NX one's bugged and the reward point one isn't. I'll do a little bit of test with it later and try it out. See where it goes.
I mean, because I'll be honest with you guys, that's
good leveling right there. That's free experience for nothing.
Almost nothing. So if you got a low level character and you got 300 KNX, you just kind of. But then again, like I said, who knows? Who knows? They might have fixed that bug today. Well, they didn't put it in the patches.
No,
So
it may be an unknown bug. So utilize it while it's available, because we're telling you now.
And I will test the theory again today. I will try to go in like 10 more times.
I mean, I don't. If you don't clear it, it doesn't take it away. I don't think. Did you die any time in it?
I mean, I'm overpowered in it, so it doesn't really.
Oh, so you didn't die. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, Jeremy got one with reward points, and his didn't go away either. So I guess we'll test it out and make sure of everything on that. And then I think that's all we had to cover today. I think we did a good job on that. I'd like to give a shout out to a smaller streamer in Grazed, Tatsunoku. Yeah, I have the link. I'm actually pretty prepared for this. You guys should check him out. Give him a follow. He did blow up his bow. If you're curious on how he did that, you can watch the video. That's funny.
Every time I hear
it, it makes Rob die a little bit on the inside.
Yes, it does.
But definitely go check him out. He plays with a joypad or game, like one of those the Street Fighter kind of pads where he has a joystick and he has the buttons and stuff. So he plays with that and he actually tilts the camera so you can watch it. It's pretty cool. So check him out. With that, though, you guys have any closing remarks?
I just want to say thanks for tuning in again, and hopefully everyone has a good holiday season.
Yep,
I
happy
would
holidays.
like to say,
Yep.
yes, happy holidays, definitely, guys. And remember, guys, please get on that miracle time as much as possible. Use this time, but if need be, don't if you don't get what you're looking for, don't fret, don't get upset. There will be more of these, and hopefully, we might actually also see something about the world transfer events.
Well, that'd be nice. Looking forward to that when that happens. See more. Well, we might see loss, or gains for Grazed. It'd be awesome. But either way, have a good night. Take care, guys.
Bye.